G'day, it's Ben from BehaviorSales, and I'm super excited that you scheduled an appointment with our team. I wanted to give you a quick overview of what we're going to be talking about on the call to see if it's a good fit for how your sales team operate. At the end of the day, we can look to help you improve your sales conversions 5 to 7 times what they are now, and help you grow and scale your sales team by effectively improving their communication. So I'm going to dive into it, and I'm going to share with you exactly what's going on, give you a high-level overview of what we're going to be talking about, show you some of the benefits of what you're going to get when you talk to us, because there's a whole lot of bonuses and just exclusives we're going to provide you just to show you how powerful the system is. But our whole goal is to help you improve your sales conversions and shorten your sales cycles using what we call personality intelligence, which helps you connect with people faster, gain influence, trust, authority much faster. But we've got tools that help optimize our sales team and our sales performance, all using our what we call behavioral intelligence. So there's two real products that I've spoken about already. So the behavior sales solutions fall into two categories. One is marketing, business development, and pre-connection. So if you've got leads and you're looking to be able to stand out and be able to communicate effectively to those leads, if you're looking to be able to segment your leads into different segments based on their personality type to allow you to be more effective in your communication to them, or assign them to the right sales rep because of a personality type match. Therefore, when they do engage in conversation, they're going to have a match. That's what we call personality insights, because what we're doing is we're converting an email address or a LinkedIn profile into a full personality profile based on DISC and Ocean, and I'll dive into that in a little bit more. The other side is what we call post-sales, sales conversation or post-conversation analysis. And that's what we call sales insights. And with that product, what we can do is we can literally take a audio or video call and we automatically transcribe it, or we can take your transcripts and then we can analyze it linguistically and analyze the body language. So for example, we can analyze the body language of your sales reps to determine if they believe in what they're talking about, if there's doubt, if there's hidden objections, but also analyze the video for non-verbal, so body language triggers, to analyze the communication style of that person. But also there's over 100 plus different linguistic analysis that we perform to provide you with information. So with the personality insights, it literally takes less than 15 seconds. You enter an email address or a LinkedIn profile. Based on that, we give you a predictive personality match type based on Ocean, which is Big 5 or Big Factor 5, and the DISC profile framework. So from that, you can then use that. We give you the intelligence of how to communicate to this person, what to do, what to not do, how to optimize your personality. And what we do is we actually show you how to change your personality style to match their personality style. So your salespeople are now presenting to the prospect the exact way they need to be sold to, and not just how the salesperson is. So it allows your salespeople to improve their communication and be more effective in their communication style. Really impressive report. We can actually connect this into assessments and dive further, but you literally need nothing from your prospects beside their email address or their LinkedIn profile, which our system automatically extracts and collates for you. And all that happens in 15 seconds or less. So you can do this. We've had people do this walking into a boardroom meeting to understand the different personalities of the board they're talking to, or high-level executives, and they've been able to close multi-million-dollar accounts much faster because their conversation got effective and they were able to talk to a person's intrinsic motivators based on their personality type, which is extremely powerful. So you're no longer guessing at what stresses them. You're no longer guessing at what motivates them. You're no longer guessing at how do I make a connection to this person and have trust and authority the entire time. And that's what we can make possible for you. And then when we're talking about sales insights, this is all post-call. So for example, I could take the video from this call. I can analyze my non-verbal. So I can look for hidden objections. I can look for reassurance. I can look for if there's dislike or withheld opinions that weren't addressed. So because a lot of the time we see that most salespeople fail to identify the objections of the people they're talking to because they weren't expressed vocally, but they were expressed through their body language. So helping salespeople identify these hot zones on where they missed something, or where the lead they were talking to needed reassurance and it wasn't given, or if there was an objection it was kind of skipped over because the objection was addressed non-verbally and not vocally. And then on the other side, this is where we're using our behavioral intelligence AI to analyze all of this, and we can use call, video, or audio recordings. And this helps you to identify a lot of things. So for example, linguistically, we identify sentiment. And this is important for what we call the sentiment sandwich. Is, did the call start happy? Was there issues or challenges in the middle of the call? And did it finish happy? Because that's what we need the sandwich to be. Because if the call finished and the lead was upset or dissatisfied, that's the emotional experience they're going to remember with your brand. They're going to be dissatisfied. So you always have to be leaving a lead or a prospect or a client happy. So this allows you to validate, are people being left happy and excited? And based on that, you're improving the communication overall feel as it gets associated to your brand. We can measure influence and openness. So for example, does the person you're speaking to, do you have influence over them? And are they open to hearing what you're saying? And this is all identified linguistically through the words they're using and the statements that they're making. We can identify their personality type. We can identify trigger phrases, which are very important for that follow-up email, that follow-up conversation, because these are the key words you need to use. You need to use the lead's language back to them and use their words, not your words. You need to use their words. And these trigger phrases allow you to connect faster, and it makes it feel as though you've been heard. You've been heard on that call. There's over 100 other insights. So some of them I'll dive into a little bit further. So we can actually give you full metrics for every single one of these and so much more. So capacity to influence. Did the sales rep have the capacity to influence the lead that they were talking to? And in what sections did they have an influence, and what sections did they not? So did the lead not trust them when they were actually talking about features or pricing, for example, but they did trust them when they were talking about the technical stuff? Was the presenter authentic at that time? And the authenticity scores have been impacted in the ability for people to trust and like your brand and your product and your company. Because if you're low on authenticity, people don't believe you, they don't trust you, and you can identify that literally from the words that are being used by your speaker and your prospect and leads. And this works. This could work with 10 people on the call, 2 people on the call, or 100 people on the call, and they're all having different conversations. That's how powerful our AI is. We can identify how well your salespeople are presenting, how analytical they are, and this works for both the salespeople and the prospects. Social awareness and engagement, if they're engaging the lead correctly. We can talk about clarity of message. How clearly are they presenting, and is it requiring more explanation or people to think in more detail? The more you make people think, the slower the sale goes. We can also talk about the emotional state of the speakers. Like, you can actually tell if salespeople are engaged, not engaged, as well as with the prospect. Because if you look at a call report and you look at the call and you go, hey, the lead was literally not open to talking about price, and we had no influence over them. Because what happens most of the time is salespeople will jump off the phone call. They'll be like, oh, that was a great call. Rah, rah, rah. They went through all their pitch, and in their mind, they think it's fantastic. But when you look at the data is telling us that the prospect was not open to hearing whatever you had to say. The prospect was certainly had no influence. So the salesperson had no influence. So if you have no influence and trust over the person you're talking to, there is no chance you're going to be able to close them. So then that salesperson continues to pester the lead and the prospect, and they're pestering them, and all they're doing is pushing them away. They're not going to close that deal. So if we can identify that on the upfront, that gives you a chance to now go and rectify an issue. It could be as simple as a hidden objection, or the lead was actually presenting trigger phrases, buying phrases that were not getting used back to them. So therefore the lead didn't believe the salesperson understood them or heard what they were saying. So there was a miscommunication gap based on the personality styles or just based on the salesperson's performance. You can identify that, and you get these reports within minutes of a call finishing. So allowing you to improve your post-call follow-up, to allowing you to improve the personalization in communication, because when you follow up with them, this allows you to personalize your marketing and sales in much greater detail, because you can actually, from all the call data you're having, you can identify the linguistic patterns, the word patterns that are being used by your prospects and are being spoken about, their needs, their wants, their desires in far more detail, and therefore allow you to cut through the noise in your marketing and sales, helping you shorten your sales cycle, helping you increase deal volume in sales. So you can completely optimize your post-sales conversations, and all this happens in real time. All of this happens without people having to manually listen to sales calls. All this happens, we can be analyzing one call or 100,000 calls simultaneously. It doesn't really matter. They can be call recordings off your phone, of Zoom, of Gong, of GoToMeeting. We integrate with all those solutions, and we can provide you this data. This provides you with real-time sales training and conversation review data for your salespeople based on every single phone call they make. That takes your sales performance to the next level because you're now having metrics that you're tracking that you've never tracked before. And you don't have access to tracking them anywhere else because there's not many companies that are providing you with the ability to provide this type of linguistic analysis of your sales insights, unless you've got someone with a PhD on your staff. And if you do, well, you can put them to work doing this, and it's going to take them months to build this out. But we've been able to do it, and we can personalize this to help you optimize and improve your sales conversions. So I really look forward to connecting with you. That's a high-level summary of the two products that we have available for you and how we can improve your sales, reduce your sales cycle, help you personalize your marketing, help you gain a competitive advantage, and help you to improve the effectiveness of your sales team by really starting to track their communication, optimize their communication, and in result, help them close more deals. So if you want to keep our appointment, I look forward to connecting with you. It is a live one-on-one appointment where you're going to be able to talk to me or one of my partners, and we're going to be able to talk about how we can fit this solution for you, and if it's even a good fit for you. We do work with sales teams as small as 1 all the way up to 100,000. So I look forward to connecting with you. And one of the bonuses you'll get when you join the call is we'll actually share with you your personality insights reports based on what your social media profiles are saying about you, and you'll be able to see that data firsthand. So if you do have any questions, you can reply to this email and we will answer those questions before our call. If you did want to cancel your appointment, that's cool. Just reply back to this email and say, hey, this ain't for me. I'm not interested, and that is completely fine as well. And it just helps us reassign that appointment slot to somebody else who is interested. So have a wonderful day. I'm Ben. I'm one of the founders of BehaviorSales, and I look forward to talking to you soon.